I first met Paul at the Walton Fete in Liverpool, and I was performing with my band, the Quarrymen.
I first met John at the annual Sexiest Knees competition in Widnes about 1957. And I won, so always did back then. Still do occasionally, but we started fixing it, so woo!
And he played me a couple of songs, and I remember he played I Saw the Sign by Ace of Base and Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison, because he always used to call himself the Mac in those days, because of McCartney.
That's right, yeah. I wonder if I can still play it, haven't played it in years, this song, but I'll give it a go. So the question is, can I still play it? No, I can't. What else can I play though? Woo!
So he played me these songs and I thought, hey, this kid can play, he's pretty good. So he joined the band, and then after about a year, I think it was, he said to me he knew this other guy, George, who could really play.
I told him about George because George was a friend of mine and we used to go together on the bus sometimes. I first met Paul in my garden shed when he was trying to have sex with my cat.
We were coming back once from Liverpool from a gig, I think, and George was there and he had his guitar with him, and so Paul said, get the guitar out, George, and show John what you can do, So
George got out the guitar and he started playing Baha Men, Who Let the Dogs Out, so we were all on the top deck, like, singing at the top of our voices, like,
who let the dogs out, who,
who let the dogs out, who, woo.
And it was brilliant, and after that I was just like, yeah kids, you've got the gig, you're in the band.
Well, I was very young at the time. I can't have been much more than 4 or 5 years old, so I didn't really know what was going on,
So George joined the band, and then we needed a drummer.
We had a few drummers, but none of them were that good, I mean, I had to play the drums sometimes, so we eventually got Ringo. So we got Ringo. I remember Ringo, he was a drummer.
I don't know how, I can't remember why we got Ringo.
Well, I had my own drum kit, I think that was the main thing. And they weren't cheap either, they were pretty dear. My first drum kit cost me 5p.
And then we cut our first record and went on to become
the greatest ever band of all time,
Apart from Cooler Shaker, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
And that was it really, I mean.
So, yeah.
Can I go back to sleep now? I'm knackered.
I have to come up with something else. Woo! Do you want a cup of tea?